Yes, you can. Here, what is that? What do you think that is? Yeah. To see at night, exactly. Do you know what that's called when you're outside at night?
Aww, he's cute.
Yes, he is, but he bites.
I'm a wildlife biologist, and I have the incredible job of going and speaking to kids in the classroom about wildlife. I think last year I put over 11,000 miles on the Suburban, going around to the different schools. So what I do is schedule several schools in one area. I base out of one area, and then I try and do as many schools as I can in that area. Sometimes 2 or 3 schools a day. And the program's about an hour. So if I have 2 or 3 different groups of kids, and then I have to go to another school and do the same thing. So I can get a little bit of a tired voice, but it's well worth it. Now, he is called a great horned owl because he's got these big feather tufts up here that kind of look like horns. It's a simple name for this bird. But what I'd like you guys to do is to take a good look at this animal. Tell me a physical adaptation that you notice.
The big eye.
Huge eyes. Look at the size of his eyes compared to the size of his face. If humans had eyes the same size as a great horned owl, our eyes would be the size of baseballs. First thing we talk about the owl's physical and the behavioral adaptations that they have for survival. And it's a great demonstration because they've got the really obvious of being nocturnal, and then they have the talons that are physical. So we can go through that whole gamut of the adaptations the animal has. This is a desert tortoise. Now, tortoises are adapted for living on land. Then I bring out the desert tortoise, and we talk about their adaptations and how they burrow underground to get out of the heat or to get down to hibernate, how they hide in their shell if they feel threatened by a predator, and how they just get around and being able to conserve water. Yet the tortoise out in the wild might only drink water 1 time a year, and these tortoises are able to survive after from the food that they eat. All right, now, this is a little gopher snake. Gopher snakes are the longest snakes you find in Arizona. These snakes can grow to be over 8 feet long. Then I bring out the gopher snake, and the gopher snake is a mimic. So they mimic the rattlesnake. They can flatten their head, they coil up, they strike, they shake their tail. It sounds a lot like a rattlesnake. So they learn about that mimicry that the snake has. And then we talk about other mimics that they can find in their neighborhood, like a stick bug or a little leaf bug, those kinds of things. So we do that, and then we talk about the symbiotic relationships, parasitism, commensalism, and mutualism. So we talk about those. And then at the end, they ask questions. That's always a kick. Yes?
What does it mean to be a biologist?
Oh, it means learning about animals. I mean, I try and learn something new about an animal that I didn't know yesterday. That is always my goal, is to learn something new. That's why I love to do this, because I get to learn a lot of stuff. And it's always fascinating, because you guys always ask questions I can't answer. Then I have to go and have to research it to figure out what the answer is. Through the 4th grade program, which started in 2006, I've reached over 100,000 4th graders. Well over 100,000 4th graders. I average around 10,000 a year. This year we're scaled back just a little bit, so I'll probably only read about 8,000 or so. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and the kids at that age are just really curious, and they're very intelligent, ask wonderful questions.
Last question.
Oh dear, who hasn't asked a question? Go ahead.
Why do giraffes have long necks?
So that they can eat the food. Okay? They like to eat that food way up there. Did you guys know a giraffe has the same number of bones in their neck as us? Their bones just happen to be that big. Okay? So they need to get up there. It's so that they don't have to compete with other animals. They reach places except for elephants. Those are the only ones that can reach the same place as a giraffe can. Gives them more food to eat. Good job, guys.
What do we say? Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good job. I get letters from the kids afterwards. A lot of times they'll write me letters and I write back. I write a class letter and answer every question that the kids send in. So a lot of them say, oh, I want your job. I want to do that. I want to learn about wildlife. And I think that's so encouraging because I've had kids come up to me that have already gone off to college. I've been doing the program so long that they're actually, thank you for inspiring me. And they've gone off and done stuff regarding biology or the environment, that kind of thing. It's really kind of cool to hear. And I see a lot of kids out at different venues and they'll say, aren't you the gal with the owl? And I ask them their school and ask them if they remember some of the stuff. And they usually do. It's pretty cool.